Hi YouTube, Tim Unkert here. In this video, we're going to find the greatest common factor between two numbers. What is the greatest common factor though? And what is a factor? Well, a factor is a number that multiplies by another number to make the number you're looking for. So let's illustrate with an example here. So problem one, we're finding the greatest common factor between 35 and 42. Well, a factor of 35 is a number that you can multiply by another number to get 35. A factor of 42 is a number you can multiply by another number to get 42. Now we're going to find the greatest common factor, which means we're going to find the largest factor of the two that are shared in common, both have. Okay, so to do that, we need to list the factors of 35 and also list the factors of 42. Okay, so let's go ahead and start listing the factors of 35. So obviously 35 is divisible by 1. So we can do 1 and 35. 35, it ends in an odd number. It's not divisible by 2. 5 plus 3 is 8. Therefore, it's not divisible by 3. It's also not divisible by 4, but it does end in a 5. So it's divisible by 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So 5 times 7 will give me 35. It's not divisible by 6. It is divisible by 7. 7 times 5. It's not divisible by 8. If you add 5 and 3, that gives you 8, which is not divisible by 9. So 35 is not divisible by 9. And the last number is not a 0, so it's not divisible by 10. So I'm going to stop here with listing the factors, and then we're going to go to 42. All right, so 42 is divisible by 1. 1 times 42 will give you 42. It also ends in an even number, so it's divisible by 2. 2 times 21 will give me 42. If I add 4 and 2, I get 6. 6 is divisible by 3, so this is divisible by 3. And if I divide 42 by 3, let's do that quick. Well, 3 goes into 4 once. Bring the 3 down. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down the 2. 12, 3 goes into 12 4 times. Exactly. 4 times 3 is 12. Remainder 0. So 3 times 14 will give me 42. It's not divisible by 4. These two digits are not divisible by 4 or 5 because it ends in a 2. But since it's divisible by 2 and 3, it is divisible by 6. 6 times half of 14, because 3 is half of 6, will give me 42. So 6 times 7 gives me 42. Now, at this point, we can look. Can we multiply? The greatest factor here is 35. Can we multiply something by 35 to get 42? Absolutely not. No. But can we multiply something by 7 to get 42? Yes, because these both share 7 as their greatest factors. Then the greatest common factor, which you'll see abbreviated as GCF, is going to be 7. Okay? All right, let's look at problem 2. So in problem 2, we're finding the greatest common factor between 72 and 40. And right now, what you might want to do is pause the video and see if you can figure out what it is and see if your answer matches mine. Okay, so let's start with 72. We're going to list out the factors. So we can do 1 times 72 to get 72. We can do 2 times 36 because it ends in an even number. And if you divide this by 2, you get 36. So 2 times 36 is 72. 7 plus 2 is 9, which is divisible by 3. So 72 is divisible by 3. And if you're wondering about these divisibility rules, I'll leave a link in the description to the video on divisibility rules in case you want to watch that. So if I divide 72 by 3, well, 3 goes into 7 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 2. 3 times 4 is going to give me 12. That's going to give me a remainder of 0. So 3 times 24 is going to be 72. Let's see, is this divisible by 4? So we're going to check the last two digits. We just got to check it. So 4 goes into 7 once. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down the 2. Yep. 4 times 8 will give me exactly 32. So I have a remainder of 0, so that works. So 4 times 18 works. This does not end in a 5 or 0, so it's not divisible by 5. It is divisible by 2 and 3, so I can divide it by 6. Let me make some room here. So let's do 72. Divide that by 6. 6 goes into 7 once. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 2. 6 goes into 12 twice. Exactly. So 12 minus 12, that's 0. And 6 times 12 will give me 72. Now, is this divisible by 7? To figure that out, we're going to take the last number, 2, double it. That's 4. 7 minus 4 is 3, which is not divisible by 7, so that's a no-go. I do happen to know that 8 times 9 is going to give me 72. So it's, likewise 9 times 8. So we can go up to 10. It doesn't end in a 0. Let's stop there and find the factors of 40. All right, so okay, so let's change colors here. So we're going to do 40. Obviously, 1 times 40 is going to give me 40. This ends in an even number. If we divide it by 2, we get 2 times, well, we get 20. So 2 times 20 will give me 40. 4 plus 0 is 4. That's not divisible by 3, but it is divisible by 4. 4 times 10 gives me 40. It ends in a 0, so it's divisible by 5. If I divide 40 by 5, I get 8. It's not divisible by 3, so it won't be divisible by 6. If I double 0, I still get 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. Divide that. That's not divisible by 7. We already covered it's divisible by 8. 4 plus 0 is 4. That's not divisible by 9. And we already covered that's divisible by 10. And we're looking here. Basically, the greatest factor we have here is 40. We can't multiply anything by 40 to get 72. Second biggest factor here is 20. We can't multiply anything by 20 to get 72. Next biggest factor is 10. We still can't multiply anything by 10 to get 42. But if we multiply 8 by 9, to get 72, if we multiply 8 by 9, we get 72. Both of these have 8 as a factor. That's the largest one they share between the two. So my greatest common factor between these two numbers is going to be 8. So we have 1, we have 7, 2, we have 8. Take a snapshot of this. We're going to try 2 more problems. Hopefully you got that one. Okay, let's scroll on down. Okay, so all right, problem 3, we have 54 and 78. So let's find the greatest common factor between those two. So let's start listing out the factors of 54. So 1 times 54. We can also do ends in an even number, so 2 times 27. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so 54 would be divisible by 3. Let's do that quick. So 3 goes into 5 once. 5 minus 3 is 2, bring down the 4. 3 goes into 24 8 times exactly. So we're left with a remainder of 0. So yes, divisible by 3. We can do 3 times 18 to give us 54. It's not divisible by 4, not divisible by 5, but since it's divisible by 2 and 3, it should be divisible by 6. So let's do that. And 6 will go into 54 exactly 9 times. 9 times 6 is 54. So we can do 6 times 9. If we take 4 and double it, we get 8. 5 minus 8 is negative 3. Negative 3 is not divisible by 7. So it's not divisible by 7. It's not divisible by 8, because 8 times 7 is 56. That's the closest one we could do. It is divisible by 9, not divisible by 10. Okay, I think we're good with 54. Now let's go take a look at 78. Now you may have to go past the divisibility rules of 10 here sometimes, but not in these middle school type problems usually. Okay, so now let's look at 78. So we could do 1 times 78. Ends in an even number, so it's divisible by 2. So 2 times, it's going to be 39. 7 plus 8 is 15, so that means it's divisible by 3. So if I divided 78 by 3, 3 goes into 7 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. So 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 8. 3 goes into 18 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 minus 18 is 0, right? So 3 times 26. Remainder is 0. That means these perfectly work together to multiply to 78. So 3 times 26 will give me 78. Let's think about 4. Is it divisible by 4? Let's look. Well, 1 times 4 gives me 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down the 8. 38, we can do 4 times 9. That would give me 36, but that's not going to work. Doesn't end in a 5 or a 0, so it's not divisible by 5. It will be divisible by 6, so I see a common factor here. Let's see. 78 divided by 6. 6 goes into 7 once. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 8. So 6 times 3 will give me exactly 18. So we have 13. Okay. Is it divisible by 7? So we double this. 16. 7 minus 16 is 9. So that's not divisible by 7, or negative 9. That's not divisible by 7. Is it divisible by 8? No. Closest one is, well, yeah, closest one is 80. 8 times 10. So that won't get me there. So it's not 8. 7 plus 8 is 15. That's not divisible by 9. And then it's not divisible by 10. So we look. Let's see. Our greatest factor here is 54. We can't multiply anything by that to get 78. 27, we can't do it, multiply anything by that to get 78. 18, let's see, so like 18 times 4 would give me 72, but that's not there. Not divisible by 9. Let's go down to 6. Okay, yeah, 6 works. So 6 is my greatest common factor. You see what I'm doing there? I'm taking the largest ones from the smaller number, checking those, and then we go down till we have one that's matching. That way, you really don't have to go above divisibility rules of 10. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, comment in the comments below. I'll try and explain it a little bit better. All right. Let's look at this last one here. So we have 70 and 63. So let's find the factors of 70. So we can obviously do 7 times 10. I don't know why I went there right away, but we could do 1 times 70. Maybe I should go in order. It ends in an even number, so we can do 2 times 35. 7 plus 0 is 7. That's not divisible by 3, so we can't do that. It's not divisible by 4. 72 is divisible by 4, 68 is divisible by 4, but 70 is not. It ends in a 5, or it ends in a 0, so it is divisible by 5. So let's just do 70, divide that by 5. 5 goes in once. 7 minus 5 is 2, bring down the 0. 5 goes into 24 times exactly. So 5 times 14 will give me 70. We already checked 7. It's not divisible by 6 because it's not divisible by 2 and 3. So let's move up to 8. 8 times 9 is 72. Close, but not going to work. Again, 9 times 8, 72. Close, not going to work. And then it's divisible by 10, which we already took care of. Now, if I had these in my code editor, I could just bring this down. I probably should have done that. But anyways, I don't know why 7 and 10 just popped in there, but it does. Sometimes it does that. That's, but just go with it. All right, so next one is 63. So we can do 1 times 63. It's not divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3, so 3 times 21 works. Not divisible by 4 or 5, not divisible by 6, but 7 times 9 works. Not divisible by 8, divisible by 9, and not divisible by 10. Okay, so 63 is a smaller number, so let's go with our largest one here. Can we take 63 and multiply it by an integer to get 70? No. Can we do that with 21? No. Can we do that with 9? No. Can we do that with 7? Yes. These both have 7 as factors, and that's the greatest common factor between the two. Okay, hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, please like and subscribe. If you have a method that you think works better for you and you want to describe it in the comments, I'm open to that as well. Yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.